Hi, welcome to One-on-One with Chris Tanner, where we're talking nutrition and we're talking to some of my awesome clients. And I have Jeanne right here. She is 69 and a powerhouse of a woman. I've been coaching her for about a year, and we're going to discuss how and why she came to me and what her results are. So welcome, Jeanne. Thanks for letting us in your house. You have a beautiful home.
Thank you.
When we got together, you got my name from a friend. And why did you contact me to begin with?
It was just the four of us talking at the dinner table, and she was ordering her beef and and started talking about just how she was changing her diet, and it just seemed like it was starting to make sense. And I was at a point where I was just so frustrated that I couldn't lose any weight, no matter what type of diet or what I tried to cut out. The weight just wasn't disappearing. So it just sounded like, wow, that sounds like an avenue I want to try.
Have you tried other ways of losing weight in the past?
Yes. I actually was on paleo for a long time, and that was working, but then I fell off and then craved pasta more than ever. But now I'm feeling like, since I worked with you, I feel like I know the science behind it. You could always show me something or an article or a podcast to show the science behind of why not to go back to the processed foods.
Okay, so you were more of the science geek that I like to call. Some people love to hear that, and some people don't.
Okay.
So you think that is the reason what's going to keep you on the straight and narrow, eating the way you eat because of the science?
Yes, I'm hoping.
Okay.
And I know I can always text you and say, help.
Do you find that working with me was easy, hard? Was it hard at the beginning, easy later? Or was it always hard? Or how do you?
I thought it was very easy. I just liked your approach, and you gradually got me onto the diet or onto that way of life. It's a way of eating, really. It's not a diet.
Okay. Mm-hmm. And so when we first started, did you find that the way of eating was easy, or did you feel like it was restrictive at first? Or?
Oh, yes.
Okay.
Definitely. And mind blowing. I guess it's just like, not to eat a salad every night with dinner, but yet to understand why, and especially with all the oils, and then we were always eating cashews and almonds, thinking that was so healthy for you, and nuts are a no-no.
Right. And I think they're a no-no for most people, but some people can be fine just on nuts. I think the reason why you came to me is because you were frustrated with your weight.
Right.
So the weight came off, but what else happened while we were being coached together?
I guess the other thing that is definitely worth mentioning is I was a tea drinker. I mean, I drank it morning, noon, and night. And the fact that you had me take that out of my diet because I wasn't sleeping through the night, you realized I had an overactive bladder with the oxalates with the tea. So, I mean, that was another major thing that I saw almost right away.
And blood pressure.
And blood pressure, yes.
Right.
I'm not taking statin anymore, which I know isn't blood pressure related, but it's heart related. And I'm very happy about that as well.
So sleep through the night. You don't have to take medication. Your blood pressure is normal. Mm-hmm. All those things are side effects of the diet, the way of life that I coached you on. And also the side effect is losing the weight that you wanted to lose.
Right. Yes.
Good.
Right.
So out of all the things that I had you do, what was the hardest? I think I probably know, but
probably giving up the tea.
Yes, I know. I know that is hard. And you know, I'm a coffee drinker. So if somebody said you have to give
And
up
now
coffee.
I drink coffee.
Oh, okay.
I drink 2 cups a day. I was starting out with cream and sugar, and now I can drink it with just the cream.
Okay.
So,
and
I still can't believe I'm doing that.
So you never drink coffee before this?
No, I love the smell of it, but I mean, the only thing I ever had was as a kid, I would dunk my Oreos in it, and that was the only time I had coffee, so to speak, but I don't do the Oreos anymore.
Well, again, giving up tea is a hard thing.
Right.
Now that you've given it up, does it seem okay? Do you ever, wish you had it in your life again? Or is it something that you can just move on and be a coffee drinker now?
I can just be a coffee drinker now.
Okay.
I guess the only time I would miss it is going out to lunch with friends or something, and I see it there by them.
Right.
It looks tempting, but I'm fine with water.
Okay.
For all that. You save $4 every time you go out.
Yes, and you look amazing. So,
well, thank you.
You're saving money and you're looking good.
Good, right? And that's what so many people have come up and said, "Wow, they can notice it, even though it's really only 15 pounds, but it's just losing a size in clothes." That was wonderful.
Well, I think people don't understand weight and fat are different. So losing weight, you can lose muscle and you can lose fat. But if we want to just lose fat, the scale may not see that drastic change, but you're going to see it in your clothes. You're going to see it in your body composition.
Right.
Your whole body changes. Your face changes.
Right.
I see it in people's eyes. Your eyes change. And it's really just a fat loss while keeping your muscle and keeping your bone. Because as women,
right,
we have to always worry about our bone density. We don't want to break a hip. We don't want to have osteoporosis. And so for the way the diet is, or the nutrition that I taught you, is really to keep that muscle mass and to keep that bone mass.
Yeah.
And so what was the easiest thing that I asked you to do?
Eating beef.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
We just happen to like beef tenderloins and hamburgers and all of that. So that was definitely easy. Luckily, we like eggs, so we can get our protein that way in the morning with shaved beef. And that seems to be our breakfast.
And your husband's good with all of that as well?
Yes, he is.
Good.
He is, yes. And even like with this, like I make a stew, but it's really just potatoes and carrots and the bone beef broth that I use. I don't even thicken it anymore, and he's enjoying it, and he eats the carrots and the potatoes.
That's great.
Well, I eat the beef and the bone broth.
Nice.
Yeah.
And so do you have a hack that I taught you that is like a shortcut to do something, or do you have any of those in your head that you use?
Oh, see. I just know it's easier to cook because you don't need so many ingredients, and cleanup is even so easier. Because I did the cooking and he does the cleanup, and he was always saying, "Oh my gosh, you have every utensil out," where it's just easy to put some stew beef or a beef roast in the Instapot, and it's there and easy.
I'm glad that you said that, because I think a lot of times people think cooking at home can be so complicated and I don't have time to cook, but you're saying it's so much faster.
It's so much faster.
Yeah.
Compared to what I guess I did enjoy cooking, so it didn't really bother me before, but it's like, well, you don't have to worry about a vegetable and I always hated cutting up everything for the salads. Yeah, I don't have to do that anymore.
That's great. That's great.
Yeah.
I know you have a lot of friends that really do support you. Do you still have the frustration of some of your friends just not knowing what's going on, or do you accept the fact that this isn't for everyone and what it's done for you has been amazing? But I think a lot of times I'm saying this because a lot of times people look at my way of coaching and think, wow, that's really out of the box. That's weird.
Right. It is.
It is weird. And so I guess my question to you is, like, how did you get past the weirdness of what I was saying to say, okay, I'm going to do it?
Yeah, I guess that was one of the struggles. Like our social life is going out with people over dinner or lunches. And so, for them to always kind of be watching, and it's like, and they always say, how can you do that? But yet I tell them it's just, you have articles and podcasts to back things up too, that it is healthier. They never asked me if they want to look into it, but yeah, that was hard. And I still feel like they do watch what I eat or how I eat, because you're eating your protein. You're making sure you get your protein first.
But you feel good about it being that odd person out. Okay,
yeah.
Good.
And I think because they see that I really lost the weight, or like you say, the composition of it, since it wasn't really that many pounds, but yeah, I just feel so much better and more confident, I guess, too.
Good.
That I can stand by what I'm doing.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And you feel good.
Yeah.
That's what's important too.
Right.
Now I have to ask the elephant in the room. I remember when we first got together, you were in a wine club.
Yes, we still are.
Right. And wine, we talked about how important it is to abstain as much as we can because we're Little Women. Mm-hmm. Little Women, is harder for us to be able to take the alcohol and use it appropriately without it causing problems. So how has it been for you with drinking wine and enjoying your friends and the wine club?
And that is hard. It is. But I feel like I'm in more control. I can drink just tonic water now, when everybody's having a before dinner drink or an after dinner drink. I just go to the tonic water. It's just the wine, enjoying that while I'm having a meal.
I think that's great.
I still enjoy that.
Good. And I think that's great. I think that's a lot of people's hesitation is, oh my gosh, I can never drink again.
Yeah.
And I don't think that that's how you feel. You just know now the importance of how to drink, when to drink. Right. And what it does to your body. So knowing what you're doing beforehand, you have you have a good sense of what you want to do that night. Right. Mm-hmm. Good. Yeah. So knowing what you know and living your life the way you live, what advice would you give to somebody else who's struggling right now?
I would say to give you a call to help them through that.
Sounds good.
But it really does, some friends that are in pain because of arthritis or back pain or whatever, just, it's hard for me to watch because I know they really don't want to give up their beer or whatever it may be, because that's part of their relaxing and social life too. But it's like, oh, I wish you would give it a try and just see if it does help.
So you're saying just be open-minded.
Yeah. Yeah, that's good.
I like it.
I like it too. Yeah.
Well, do you have anything else you want to chat about today?
I don't think so. Nothing comes to mind unless you have something you want to bring up.
No, I just enjoy coaching you. I enjoy your company.
Oh, that's what I want to say. I'm sorry for interrupting.
No, good.
But just wanted to say that like now I'm working on strength training and trying to tighten up my muscles or have more muscle mass or whatever is the correct term of saying that. But that's what I'm really working on now.
I think that's great. And you're never too late to build muscle and build bone.
Okay.
And the nice part about it is because you have the foundation of the protein rich diet, the protein is what's going to be able to build the bone and the muscle. So without that, you could be in the gym all day, all night, and you're not building anything. So you really did it the right way in the sense that you got your diet right, you got the nutrition, and then you get into the gym because that's when you're going to see the biggest results.
And that's what I'm excited about because once I retired like 6 years ago, I did join LA Fitness and hire a trainer, and I wasn't getting anywhere, you know, but they didn't even go into nutrition with you or, you know, they just had you working out.
Right.
And yeah, this just seems to make more sense, or I'm more positive about it. And then I also like your U minus 20 drink.
Oh, great.
Because it's very refreshing too, as well. It's not like some of the other protein drinks you get.
Well, that's great.
Yes.
And again, all the protein, we can't get enough protein.
Okay.
The older we get, just keep piling on the protein because we need the muscle. We need the bones.
Yeah.
And there'll never be a time in all the research I've done that they'll say, okay, you need to back down on the protein. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you have the foundation. You'll be amazed at how fast you can build muscle now, even at any age.
And I did listen to that one podcast about, and I forget which one, if it was a Brian Sanders or whatever, but maybe it was Dr. Lehman that said it would be nice if they broke the proteins down to all the essential amino acids.
That was Dr. Lehman.
Dr. Lehman.
Yes, it was. Yeah.
He goes, if they could start doing that, that would really help you balance things out.
And Dr. Lehman's 78 years old.
Oh.
So, I mean, and I don't know if you've seen a picture of him, but he's pretty amazing.
I just have listened.
Yeah. So, yeah, exactly. It's all about the protein. It's all about the essential amino acids. So you're learning so much.
I am.
I love it.
Thank you.
Well, thank you. I really appreciate you letting us in on your home, and I look forward to seeing the transformation in the gym.
Yes, me too. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
You think that worked?
I think it was great. It was awesome.